Morning again, everyone. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. We're in a new state. We are just inside the state of New Mexico. We had a nice little dousing of rain last night. It's still been sprinkling this morning. We're just kind of waiting for the clouds. There is blue skies back there, so I think we're gonna get a break in the day. The air smells so crispy today. It's first time we've seen rain in probably 4 months. 2 months on Route 66, and then prior to that, probably 2 months in LA since we've seen rain. But we're here, guys, our third state on Route 66. I know it's taken forever. We've got a New Mexico welcome sign behind me. Of course, Route 66, the beautiful mountains back there. Gosh, it's gorgeous. And actually, I'm very thankful to see some rain. It's been fine because everything in the trailer is secure. The bike's waterproof. We had internet last night without having to set up Starlink on the ground here at the rest area. And that was because I have my Trio flat mount on the roof of Trailer Swift there, hardwired in, simplifying everything. Makes it so easy to have internet on the road. Set it and forget it once, guys. Check out the video description below. I got some links in the description how you can get a Trio flat mount for your Starlink Mini so that you don't have to worry about it anymore. Mount it once, you get it, service on the road. It's fantastic. The kitties are just also waiting for it to stop raining too. We're gonna get on the road soon, guys. Well, the sun has come out. It's already dried the... Well, this is actually Route 66. We've got I-40 running parallel across the way there. And this part of Gallup, New Mexico is a very wide Route 66. That's so incredibly quiet. Like Ortega's Indian Pond right here. It's eerie how dead and bypassed this area of Route 66 really is. We're just cruising 30 miles an hour going down, just checking out everything so we can see. There's a McDonald's up there. Budget Sales Indian Jewelry. Now, I have also skipped a lot of Native American trading posts, as they call them, because they're just everywhere, like every block, and they all seem to sell the same stuff. So we're just looking for some new stuff, maybe. We got Thunderbird Navajo Wholesale. A lot of these places may not be around much longer. Pow Wow Pottery, look at that building. Wow, and the Thunderbird Motel, 1995. But they have completely torn it down. It's gone. Man, I can't quite read what it says. It says desert something, but it's desert skies. Look at this. It's like something out of a drive-through. Wow. A new 420 store. Nice. The old Gardenia Hotel, $39.99. She gone. The Oasis drive-through. She gone. The Golden Desert Motel is doing well. Awesome. Look at Opie in Diana's lap. That's so cute, Opie. We got a Gallup sign right there that says 1881. We've got the Burning Bear Trading Company. Doesn't look like they're open. It was the Colonial Motel. Look at that sign. That's really cool. The Desert Indian Traders. Long closed. There's so many trading posts. Look, here we got Ray's Trading Company. The best selection of Zuni Navajo jewelry and art. Here's a much newer sign here. Route 66 Glenn's Bakery. Biscuits and gravy. I like that one. Ooh. That one's broken. This one says Lexington Hotel. Downtown parking, the Rex Museum here. This must definitely be the downtown area because look at the structures here. Look at that Route 66 sign. Shield painting. Wow, lots and lots of neon right here. Richardson's. Woo! Boy. Many would argue that this is possibly one of the most famous places still thriving here in Gallup, the El Rancho Hotel. If we can find a place to park nearby, I definitely want to go check this one out. Look at that sign right there. Yeah. We found parking here at the Shop and Save. So a couple motels across the street I got to show you here first. First, this one, the Lariat Lodge. You can see the sign there. It's still standing, but every room is boarded up. Across the way, you've got the old Blue Spruce Motel sign. And then there's also this neon one right there that looks like a spruce Christmas tree. And then if you look a little bit farther down, you got the Arrowhead Lodge. All three of these, side by side, are all closed up on historic Route 66. Unlike the one we're gonna go visit next door. Now again, there are several El Ranchos on Route 66. This is definitely the most famous. As you can see, home of the movie stars. Restaurant, 49er bar, and world famous Indian store also. It's super windy. Again, all of a sudden, I think there's another storm coming in, but the yellow and red with the car sticking out there. Yeah, I don't think we're done with the storms here in New Mexico. It seems like every time I come through, we get some crazy weather, but we always get high winds in New Mexico. It's just something that's guaranteed out here. I had a solar panel rip off one of my rigs in high winds out here. They can get intense. Look at that old, almost Victorian look here of the lobby. All the birds chirping. A very famous hotel here. Look at the rock work along the side here and the little garden with the wishing well. Yeah, they did really good making this look inviting. Let me back up just a little more here so you can read. There's another neon that says, "Charm of yesterday, convenience of tomorrow." And the El Rancho Hotel is obviously a National Historic Site here. Still open, thriving, completely booked out almost every single night. Let's go check out the lobby here. Wow. Look at this place, it's magical. It's like a lodge in here for movie stars. Okay, I'm happy. We got our first New Mexico penny press here with El Rancho. I at least want to get these first two right there. It looks like it's working. I'll get my pennies. Also outside here in the lobby, it's a stamp machine. A very, very old, look, 3-cent stamps. What are we paying now, like 80 cents? An old cigarette machine here, a self-playing piano that'll play tunes. Look at all the different instruments inside there. And then below you've got the percussion with the cymbals. Definitely famous for making movies in New Mexico. John Wayne, everybody. So you can ask for a specific room here in the El Rancho if there's one of your favorites, but all of the rooms are named after movie stars. Henry Fonda, Humphrey Bogart. Okay, I don't know all these. Ida Lupino, Terrell Flynn. They're so famous that I've never even heard of them. No, I don't know any of those. But look at the furniture up here on this balcony. That is just wild. Wow. Very cool spot to stay, I'm sure. Not as glorious as the NautiBus, of course. Oh, this is an old shoe station. You'd sit here, put your shoe here to get your shoes shined. I think this held an ashtray so you could smoke your cigar there. It says, well, visiting the El Rancho Hotel, shop over here at Ortega's for some gifts, maybe a magnet. Lots of different magnets to choose from. I like this one. It says El Rancho and it looks really, really classy there. Okay, I got my postcard from my buddy Sean back in Illinois. I've been getting him one from every state, and I really like this colorful one here. And perhaps the largest magnet you will find on Route 66. This is something you put on your vehicle, like on your door or on the side of the bus. 100 years of Route 66, a $30 magnet. Yeah. On the other side of the gift store, there's also a restaurant, which is just jam-packed. Wow. Really cool little waterfall station here, too. With a wishing well there. I'm going to grab a penny, drop a penny in there for good luck. As we were coming back to the NautiBus, I didn't even know Diana was recording on her phone. There were a couple subscribers waiting for us at the bus. Really, really friendly people.
Got some viewers.
Rick and Yoli from Gallup, New Mexico. Hardcore nomadic fanatic fans.
Nice to meet
We
you.
loved meeting them with them.
Thanks for stopping in to say hello. Hi.
We even stopped to get a picture as we were partying as the skies were getting ready to unload another load of rain on us. Awesome people. We sure love meeting our viewers on the road. Thank you guys for saying hi. So this part of our trip east is a little... If you've been in this area of New Mexico, you know there's just not much out here. There isn't even an alignment of Route 66 available. Subscribers, cool. Available off the interstate. So the interstate is your only option, and unfortunately, there's just not anything between Gallup and Albuquerque. There's just no Route 66 culture of any kind, and they're actually doing road construction all the way down to one lane up here, it looks like, yeah. So it's kind of just a ride through area, and the road is really rough in certain areas, to the point where I'm already... Diana's back with Yang back there. We were going for a time there 20 miles an hour in a 75 mile an hour, and it was unbelievable how bad the roads were. Right here they're doing construction, so this is the nicest part where I can actually communicate with you, where you can hear me and not just feeling like the bus is falling apart. But back there, oh, it was rough, guys. We stopped and got diesel for $5.15 a gallon. Definitely the cheapest diesel I have ever paid since owning this bus. That was nice. And yeah, I'm gonna talk to Diana. There is some extreme weather in the forecast. Not rain, heat. Yeah, triple digits are coming back to Albuquerque. And I wasn't there a couple days ago. It's here today and tomorrow. We may need to find a spot where we can safely park and run a generator, or find an RV park or something to plug in. It's difficult in triple digits in a metal bus, obviously. So I'll get back to you here. I'm waiting for approval at a harvest, a really unique harvest host, actually. I'm not kidding, there really isn't that much to see in New Mexico on this stretch right here, so you got to kind of make the most of it. There's a little monument here, by the way. We just got a high wind advisory, 101 degrees and a high wind advisory, but this spot right here, there's a little gift store we can go in over here called Top of the World. This is as high as you can get on the entire stretch of Route 66 from Santa Monica to Chicago. This is the top of the world of Route 66, the highest elevation on the entire route at 7,245 feet. Yeah, this is the point where you want to be real careful when you open up your RV refrigerator. You'll have exploding ketchup bottles, mayonnaise. You may have some chips in a sealed bag that have exploded open in the cupboard, your cans of beans and soup and stuff like that. Be very careful as you open certain food items at this particular spot here. Yeah, and it's interesting to me because a lot of people don't really know what a Continental Divide is, and this simplifies it so well. Rainfall divides at this point. In other words, at this exact point, if it rains right there, it'll all go to the west towards the Colorado River. If it rains right there, all the rainwater will go east to other rivers. So this is the center of where the rain divides to either the Pacific or the Atlantic. And there are some pretty neat views out here. Everything kind of looks like Grand Canyon-esque off in the distance. So we're probably gonna have to run the generator to keep up tonight if we want to keep air conditioning going, and then we'll figure. There's just not a whole lot between here and Albuquerque anyway, and the roads are really rough out on the highway.
Yes, terrible.
So we're just gonna take it easy and kind of regroup at our harvest host. But let's go in the gift store, see if we can get a Continental Divide. This is as high as you can get on 66.
Okay.
There's just one little store here, Top of the World Souvenir Gift Shop. We are at 1 State Road 122. Big sign in the window says, yes, we're open. You can shop in a Navajo Hogan. Look at all the artwork here too. Yeah.
Baby.
What's her name?
I just call her Baby.
Baby. She's a orange fluffy kitty. Don't think she wants to talk to me right now. Don't want to stress her out. Hey, Pee-Pee.
It's okay.
It's okay, baby. Do you need some kitty pets?
She's got 3
You're
little
so
babies
sweet.
back here.
She's got kittens? Aww.
And,
She's a
I
mama.
wanted to be able to catch them so I could find them home.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she's been here for a while. Come here, baby. It's
Hi.
okay. It's okay.
No, okay. Probably
Yeah,
smell.
she's still
She might
quite a
smell our
stranger.
kitties on us too.
That could
you
be
know.
too, yeah. That could be.
We are back on historic Route 66 now. So this brewery, this Harvest Host, is authentic. This is an original alignment. So they are literally right off Route 66, and they have a funny name, Junkyard 66. Of all places, supposed to be a really good brewery. And I think this is it up here. I'm gonna have to figure out exactly where they want us to park, but I'm trying to think, should I even turn in here?
It does look like a junkyard.
Yeah, it's odd.
That's cool.
So the gate's open. I'm gonna go really wide here, and I'm gonna flip around. Gotta love these classic breweries. Harvest Host. I'm gonna pull around and then go get checked in. Just junk cars everywhere. The last place you'd expect to find cold lager of beer, right? It's a very big property too, so they have a lot of junk vehicles. Well, we got parked where they want us to park, a little bit farther away. Unfortunately.
That's okay, you checked all them?
Yeah, everything looks fine there. It was a really, really rough ride. I mean, rough is like the understatement of the century. They want you to go 75 mile an hour on those roads, and we couldn't do more than 40, and it just felt like death. We lost my camera, my reverse camera. We got so much air on one of those surprise potholes to Mars that we lost my backup camera. Then we lost my interior camera off the steel up there. And then I get hit here to kind of check things over and maybe bring the bike out so that we can go ride Route 66. And New Mexico got me again. Snapped my steel wheel chock in half on both sides, guys. You have no idea how rough it is and hard it is to drive in this state, but every time I come through here, there's some disaster that New Mexico hands me. And of course, I'm not gonna get off this time. Now the bike, when I stopped, because this camera dropped, we lost the other one, but when I looked, it was at a weird angle, but I flicked all the straps and I'm like, well, it's still there. I mean, it's not rubbing, but snapped the steel wheel chock in half on both sides, that side and that side. She gone. I mean, we are balancing here right now. Look at that, it even completely gnarled up my brake rotor right there. Just gnarled it up. Messed up the fender back there. I mean, I can't believe the bike even survived that. It was beyond rough. I'm not gonna go on and on. I think that they should shut this state down. I'm not kidding you. These roads should not be open to the public. They are so bad. And I don't know what to do with the nearest place that I could possibly find new parts or a welder or a way to reinforce it. The only thing I can think of is to temporarily strap it back with extra straps, like go 2, and even maybe grab the handlebars with some soft straps and bring it back just to keep the bike here. And then we're gonna have to limp like 5 or 10 miles an hour on the interstate all the way to Albuquerque, and still we're gonna get air at 10 miles. I mean, I'm not kidding you guys. These potholes and these jumps and these holes to Mars, no other state in the country would keep their highway open. They make a fortune on vehicle repairs and suspension repairs, and I cannot, for the life of me, ever get through New Mexico unscathed. So, obviously we have to deal with that today instead of going out and exploring Route 66 in Grants, New Mexico on the bike. Luckily, there is food and beer on site, but bear with me, because we got to come up with a plan. And of course, Amazon is no help out here. I already checked. There's a couple Amazon lockers nearby. They'll deliver it in like 10 to 12 days. We got to come up with something. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Thanks, New Mexico. Just had to get me. It's funny too, because Diane and I, we don't argue when we park the RV, like, you know, the cliche most couples always argue. But we had a rough time up front, and Diana's like, go slower, go slow. I got semi trucks doing 90 and I'm doing 40 mile an hour on the interstate and dying, and she wants me to go slower. And it's like, somebody's gonna kill us out here if we go any slower, Diana. I just don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. New Mexico, you are so hard on me. You are so difficult and miserable. Trying to work through this problem, guys, instead of just bitch and complain, but it just keeps getting worse and worse. There's nothing out here. We're about 55 miles from Albuquerque, but it's like, even if I found a way to secure things, oh, by the way, my tires popped. The steel actually popped my front tire. So even if I found a way to transport the bike, we don't have a bike anymore until I get a new front tire put on the bike because it popped. And I don't know if the front rotor is bent or just completely gnarled up and scratched up. So what we're trying to do is I am trying to order a new style of wheel chock, like the biker bar, and have it delivered to a future location in Albuquerque. We don't know how long it'll take us to get there, and we're still gonna have a problem because I'm gonna need special bolts and have to go to the hardware store and figure all that out. It's just, I don't know. If I haven't mentioned it already, if you have not driven New Mexico roads, there's a reason why this junkyard is here, right off this highway. There's an actual reason. This is where cars and vehicles come to die. It's exhausting driving these roads. And that's not even Route 66. Like, interstates are supposed to be good, you know? So, yeah, how long will it take us if I were to find a way to somehow secure the bike in there so that it's safe for a little bit more travel? How long is it going to take us to get to 55 miles to Albuquerque and get checked into a place where we can safely park and start coming up with a plan here? Because we can't drive 75 miles an hour on these roads. We can't drive 50. We can't drive 40. I tried 35, I don't know, 10 miles an hour with my four-way flashers on, and still it's gonna feel like death in the bus. And I don't even know if we've destroyed the front alignment on the steering. When I'm steering the bus now, my hands are just going like this. And so something is completely gunked up with the steering. Like, one problem at a time. New Mexico, like, I'm just gonna try to laugh at it. Actually, I'm gonna see if Diana wants to go in and get a drink. I need a drink. That's what I need right now. That sounds like a perfect thing to do. In the meantime, behind the scenes, I am trying to figure out a solution to all of this that actually works, knowing full well that this is going to happen again. The roads are not going to get any better for us. So, again, I haven't placed the order yet, but I think I'm gonna order the biker bar system, strapless system. We'll see. Let's go check out the brewery. Diana might join me later. She said she's gonna. Here's the front of the brewery. They've got some wheels used as their fence for the outdoor area. Nobody's using it right now because for some reason it's 101 degrees up here. But yeah, Junkyard on 66 Brewery. It's literally, it is a junkyard. It's a working junkyard. And some people, this is where they end. Just come drink away your sorrows. Look at the inside. You're greeted with a Chevy front end with the lights on. That's the bar. And then there's some cool seats. All right, I got a beer to drown my sorrows here. I got the Mexican lager. I was telling all the ladies in here about all my problems. It's early too. It's like lunchtime, so there's not a whole lot of people here. But they have food. They have brisket and pulled pork and stuff. Matter of fact, let me show you the other room. See, all the tables are rear end tailgates. That's really creative, actually. And then the stripper pole is a big tractor tire with the pole. But that's pretty popular on Friday nights. And just like a junkyard, here is the garage, guys. There's an old Mustang there. a bunch of tables. There's all their kettles for brewing over there. Some more cars, some Camaros. I mean, it is a really cool theme. Look, these tables are hoods. We had tailgates in the other room. We got hoods in here. And it's a junkyard garage man cave. Some TVs in there. Look at that neon sign up there, Oscar's Auto Parts, with a bunch of tape decks, radio decks. You still mad at me?
No. Shut up. I don't get mad. Cheers.
I drank mine, and she just came in and got a strawberry margarita. How was it?
You did good. It's really good.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how this place would be a real happening spot. They do like football in the winter, you know, like when it's snowing here. Yeah, they host football games in the garage over there. And I mean, you can't get any more well-themed than a junkyard, all right?
And they have a stage in the back.
Yeah.
With lights.
There's
so
an
they do
outdoor
concerts.
area for the summertime, so like if they ever wanted to have concerts and stuff. My stomach is just tore up. I think I gotta go to the bathroom again.
You're stressed out.
I
because of
am.
What happened.
I probably am stressed a little bit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. This is the nomad life. When you're traveling the way we do, we're kind of doing I don't mean to say the word, but we're kind of doing the impossible, and it's gonna happen. We're gonna have setbacks. Things are gonna break all the time, and this one's just a little bit too much for us to handle because we're not even halfway done. So it's just like,
Yeah.
we're not even
And
halfway
we
done.
lost a big tool to creating good content, to exploring.
Yeah.
We had plans tonight to hop on the bike, go back to Grant's to get our third drive-through picture, and there's some quirky stuff, and unfortunately we can't do it. It's like an 8-mile walk. So
And we were not even on the original Route 66 dirt road. We were on a highway.
Yeah, but I told the bartender, she said the first thing I said it was a rough ride. She said, please don't tell me you were on I-40 between Gallup and here. In that bus and that trailer that got us, she's like, oh my gosh.
20 minutes of it was.
She even said it's the worst road in America. The interstate.
Well, it screwed us up.
Yeah, it always gets me. It took a solar panel from me. And I don't even know about the bus steering. I was telling them we got to get that looked at too with the shaking vibrations. That's not because of the road. That's something happened with the steering.
It bounced. Imagine.
We got air.
Heavy.
We got air, guys.
We bounce. So if we bounce, whatever we get in the bus, the trailer gets 3 times more.
Yeah, and there's a weird delay. So we're doing 35 in a 70, and once the bus bounces, the trailer catches up and it bounces like someone just jumped on a trampoline right before it, and it amplifies the trailer bounce. It's just ugly. It feels like death.
I was afraid of what was going to happen when you look back there.
Really?
Oh, I knew something was going to be.
I thought there was some foretelling with losing the camera. Like if we lost the camera to look and see what's going on, it's going to be bad. It got rough. But like I said, yeah, so we might be able to fix this, but I don't know about exploring Route 66 without a Harley right now. We've got to take care of some stuff. You know, we do have some friends in New Mexico too. I don't want to say exactly where they are, but
Jen and Kyle.
yeah.
Yeah, they've been inviting us to their property for a long time now, and we've been wanting to go see their property and spend time with them. So this actually might be a good
Actually,
opportunity.
I think they are past Albuquerque too. I think they are. I mean, it'd be a detour, but maybe we could go just. It's almost like a halfway point. When we get to Texas, that's the halfway point. But maybe we'll just celebrate our halfway point early and take care of some stuff. So
Maybe this is a sign that we need to stop and take a break, because we've been working really hard nonstop. We are workaholics, and we're tired. We're exhausted already, and we just finished 2 states, and we just started the 3rd one. This is a lot. It's a lot of work. So
It is a
maybe
lot.
this is just the universe telling us, you guys gotta stop.
and a lot of wear and tear on vehicles and stuff like that.
does.
So
Yeah.
All right. Bear me. I see Chunks and Gizmo in the window. These precious boys. They're such good boys. You leave Tim McCaw alone. Yeah. And I did add my magnet. I hope I showed you guys. Let me put my hand next to it so you can see how big this magnet is. Yeah, I like that. All right, well, we have moved. Can't stay there any longer. We have a high wind and high heat advisory, of course, but we are in an overflow amphitheater parking for the Sky City Casino next door. They do have an RV park, but I mean, they're all just bunched up like crazy. It's hot today, guys. My videos are on delay, but right now, even Chicago is gonna hit 100 degrees up at the other end of Route 66, so there's nowhere to escape the heat right now. It is brutal, but we're staying comfortable in here. Like I said, we limped down here about 14 miles east on Route 66. We're still 45 minutes from Albuquerque, and the bike is somewhat in there. It's like non-stop hurricane force winds in New Mexico. Just never ends out here. It's brutal. I'm gonna lose the damn door. Oh my gosh. Frick, man. Holy cow, it is windy as hell out there. Still 100 degrees. It feels awkward out there. Got a plan, guys. We've got accommodations tomorrow night. We plugged into air conditioning, and I already called the RV park ahead of time. I said I could have my new wheel chock shipped there. So it's arriving tomorrow, hopefully, but we don't check in till 1. Again, it's on Amazon, so I'm gonna call them in the morning once it's out for delivery and kind of give them a heads up just in case there's nobody new on shift, and say, hey, again, it's Eric Jacobs. I have a package coming today, but I'm not checking in. So if it gets there before I check in, please leave it there in the office. It's expensive and super important. So I'll just get a little reminder, and then we'll see. I actually did go with the biker bar this time. So no more straps, no more actual wheel chock where the wheel goes in. If I get a chance here, I'll show you. I think I really know what the problem was. I just don't think these wheel chocks will hold up to the rigorous motion of being on the road. I just don't think they're good. But the biker bar gets really good reviews for exactly this, transporting a motorcycle across the country. And it'll free up a lot of space not having straps. But I may just still have a couple safety straps on there. Anyway, we still gotta do that and then install it in the heat. Or maybe I'll do it tomorrow night after it gets dark. We'll see. I just hope it arrives. Just took a nice lukewarm shower. We have a good system for it. And again, Diana's really good with water usage because she's been living in an RV of some sort, at least for the last 7 years of her life too. So we turn the water heater, I always want to say hot water heater. The water heater we turn on during the daytime when we're getting all this unlimited solar. And then she showers first, and then I go after because I don't want the hot water anyway. I want like lukewarm. But in my next video, we're gonna try to start solving some of the issues with the broken wheel chock, and I don't know what we're gonna do about the Harley. There is actually a Harley Davidson dealer in Albuquerque, our next town. Might be able to drop it off and have them in a day or two give me a new tire, look at my rotor and stuff like that. But we're gonna overnight here in the amphitheater parking lot, and then tomorrow we'll get on checked in, and my package has been shipped, my biker bar. I'm gonna call them in the morning to remind them that we're coming and hold on to it because it's really important, and hopefully we'll get back on the road here in my next video in 3 days. You guys be well. I got a lot of stuff going on. Be patient with me. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.